I'm joined here today by MMA prospect Jarel Askew, who last time we saw him was back in the title fight for at BTC 8. Thanks so much for joining me, man. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. Just honestly just waiting to see what happens next with this crazy situation that we're in. But yeah, I can't complain, man.
For sure, crazy situation. Where are you at right now in the world? I know sometimes you got Sacramento, sometimes Alaska.
Mhm.
Where are you currently?
Yeah, I'm in Sacramento, California right now.
And so, what's the situation like over there? Are you forced to quarantine or anything crazy like that?
Yeah, like nobody can really work. Only grocery stores and certain restaurants would take out, but everyone's under I believe a quarantine till like April 7th, April 2nd, something along those lines. So there's not a lot going on, man. The streets are empty.
It's got to be pretty rare. How's that affecting you
Yeah.
so far? I assume it affects training and things like that if you have a job on the side as well.
Yeah, the gym had to close and I bounce on the weekends. So, I mean, that was the end of that, man. I literally just been in the house. Yeah. So it changed everything, honestly. It changed. I don't know, I've never spent this much time at home.
For sure. And we know last time you fought was November. Is it getting a little bit, are you getting a little bit antsy knowing that, it's going to be maybe a long time in between fights?
Yeah, I am. I was actually talking to a few different promotions about fighting and I never like to go this long without fighting. I don't think it's a good idea. I wanted to fight. Every year starts, and I'm like, man, I want to fight 5 times this
Right.
year. I'm going to stay active, and then something happens, man. And so this year, I guess this is what we're dealing with. But definitely, once this is over, if it ends and everything's normal, I'm definitely I'll be ready to fight. I'm still in shape.
And so you are currently in Sacramento. Are you an NBA fan at all?
No, no, I can't say that I am. I don't hate on the NBA, but when it comes to team sports, I don't watch a lot of team sports. I'm not gonna lie.
Are you one of those fighters like you have a hard time because there's like you're in an individual sport and sometimes people they don't like seeing like the tough guys out there. Is that what that is for you?
Uh, Not so much. I would say that it's more like when I watch team sports and I see people get so caught up in them and they root for one team, and I'm like, these people aren't even from this city. That's what bothers me about team sports. I'm like, these guys are representing this city, but they're not from there. They don't actually know each other. Like it's a big like I just don't get it. Like I don't get like if you could watch it, but people get so caught up in it to where they're like, yeah, we beat the like in the NFL, it's the worst,
Right.
especially out here. Yeah, the 49ers I'm like none of you are on any of those teams. Like none of you even play football. Like I don't know. I don't get it. I just don't get it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
One thing I do want to talk to you about a little bit is your diet. There was a video, I think it was back in November, making the rounds where you're talking about being a vegan. You've tried all these different
Yeah.
diets. What's your current diet? I assume you're still a vegan.
Yeah, I'm still vegan, man. Dude, that video got me so much. People either hated it or loved it, but
Right.
most of them hated it. It's hilarious. Like you say you're a vegan and people would just get mad.
Yeah.
I actually like it's pretty funny.
Well, it's funny because the Game Changers came out and it felt like everybody became like I don't want to say like a lot of people wanted to try vegan, and then Joe Rogan came out
Hmm.
and did the carnivore diet and everything kind of
Yeah.
balanced out. But so what kind of reactions are you getting? Like, are people jumping in your DMs to tell you not to be a vegan?
Yeah, I've had some people like I was vegan before, the Game Changers and
Right.
Game Changers came out and everyone just hopped on the wave and then they're like, actually it was disproven on Joe Rogan, so everyone hopped on that wave. And then the disprover was disproven again, so everyone hopped back on the Game Changers wave. And I'm just like, you guys are most people just ride fads and they ride trends and they ride waves and they're told what to think and what to believe. And like I would say, you don't really know unless you've really tried it. And anyone who even I invite people over all the time and they eat my food and they're like, man, if I could eat like this all the time, I'd be vegan too. Like I make some fire food. Like it's not like I just sit here and eat celery all day,
Right.
So and I don't know, man. I've been doing this for years, and everyone, at first people, oh, you're gonna die after a year if you don't get any meat. I'm waiting to die still. Like everyone says, oh, once you reach this point, you're gonna die. Once you reach this point, you're gonna die. And I'm like, all right, I've heard a lot, I've done a lot, so I honestly just at this point I just mess with people. I love the way it gets them so angry. The fact that I don't need. I've had people like, dude, I'm telling you, man, you need to go get a burger, dude. You need to go. I'm like, you're crazy. Like, it's funny. It's funny. So I don't care.
So does being a vegan for you, did this happen because you're a fighter and as a fighter you have to have a certain diet out there, or is it just something that you thought would be interesting for yourself?
It's just interesting, man. Like, I remember I was huge into the. So when I first started cutting weight, I was just trying different methods to make it easier. And I used to fight at 145, and a couple weight cuts to 155 were actually kind of difficult. Now it's okay to make 55, but for a while it was kind of hard to get down there, and I just didn't really understand it. I think my body was losing weight differently, and I was just always studying different diets. And I checked out was it? I think the first one I was even looking at was I was looking at the Dolce thing. I was like, okay, what's he talking about?
Right.
And then I looked at who's that? Is it Patino, the guy that does the glycemic index thing? So I'll checking that out, and honestly, anyone who had any like food advice or anything, I was buying books and just reading through it. I tried a little bit of everything, So I wanted to try the vegan thing, and I wish I would have done it sooner, And I'm not telling anybody else that that's what they have to do, but if you do it the right way, or if you do it like I'm doing it, you probably feel a lot better.
And so you mentioned that your friends say you eat some fire ass food. What kind of food are we talking
Yeah.
here? Are you one of those guys that like you work with like the fake meat, but that's still vegan, or are you want like completely no fake meat? Like where do you stand for that kind of stuff?
I don't fuck with the fake meat. I don't fuck with fake products. I try to avoid processed foods in general. Like, there's a spot around here that serves like, burger patties, and they have like the fake patties or impossible or whatever.
Yeah.
And I've never even had it, like I don't eat that stuff. I believe in eating real food, and a lot of people don't see the difference. A lot of people, oh, well, what's the matter? It was, if you don't, if people have to ask me that question, if people have to say like, what's it matter if it's not real food, or what's it matter if it's processed in this way or that way, then it's like, okay, of course you're not going to understand, why I eat the way I eat. Some people don't get it, but if somebody doesn't understand why I wouldn't even drink milk, it's like, okay, of course you're not going to understand a guy like me. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
if you, no offense to people who drink milk, but it's like you're on a completely different, you know what I mean? A different scope. I don't eat any of the fake vegan food. Everyone's convinced that I eat all this tofu. I don't eat tofu. I don't eat soy. Like, everyone's like, yeah, man, you get your protein from tofu. People make assumptions when they hear that I'm vegan. Like, I've had so many people tell me that I eat tofu. What are you talking about? No, I don't. Like, so yeah, no tofu, no fake meats, no processed foods. I really stick to like fruits, nuts, vegetables, and seeds, man. That's what I stick to, and somebody might hear that and have a heart attack, but that's on you.
All right, so I do want to talk about your last fight a little bit. I believe it was for the title last time we saw you out there. Unfortunately, things didn't quite go
Yeah.
your way. How do you look back on your performance in that fight?
It was, I did, I made some mistakes. I made some mistakes for sure, I feel like as far as the stand, I misunderstood the way that the fight would go. I thought for some reason, I should probably do more research on my opponents. I thought this guy was a striker, and when we got out there, his wrestling was pretty sharp,
Yeah.
and I just I didn't foresee that, so I was very aggressive. I thought we were gonna have it out on the feet. I was very aggressive, and I came forward a little bit too much. I pushed a little bit too hard on my right hands. I was hurting him. I was hurting him in there, and I was really trying to get him out of there. And I should have just focused on every other jab at least that I threw landed. So I should have just focused on slowing it down just a little bit. If I had my foot on the gas a bit too much, and I wanted to kind of try to wear him out with my cardio because it was a 5 round fight, and he was big, man. That guy was big, so he would take me down, and he did a good job of doing what he had to do. He milked the clock. I do think he milked the clock a lot. I do think he stalled a lot. But if I was him, hey, I might have did the same thing because I was coming at him sideways, throwing heat. So he had to do to win the contest. I think I showed a lot of good things from a striking and a fighting standpoint. But next time, I should probably consider the contest as well and the points involved and you know what I mean, the strategic. Okay, I'm going to hold you here and look at the clock type. That is a reality of the sport we're in. So It was 25 minutes of really good experience, but I'm not gonna fight up anymore. I'm gonna stick to lightweight, and I'm not gonna give up that weight anymore because that guy was quite a bit bigger than me.
So we know that you're a few fights deep into your career. I mean, has there been any talk of potentially appearing on the Contender Series and stuff like that? We know it's a great place for prospects. I mean, has there been any talk, anything like that?
Yeah, yeah, there really has. And to be honest, something I really came to terms with is if I just stick to my weight class and stop fighting outside of my weight class, I believe I'd be on a win streak right now. Like, I haven't lost at 55, which is my actual, where I'm at since 2015. And
Right.
I'm fighting these world champions at welterweight, and I'm waking up and I'm going to weigh-ins, because I'm just like, whatever, I want to fight.
Yeah.
I get frustrated a lot because it takes longer for me to find fights at 55, and so I wake up, I get to go fight. These are guys who are cutting weight, and it if I think a little bit smarter, I'm so young about this thing. I'm like, man, I just want to fight. But if I
Yeah.
think a little bit smarter and stick to my weight class, like everyone else is out here doing, then yeah, I'll be on the Contender very soon. I'll be in the UFC very soon, for sure.
All right, and I have just one last question for you. We know there's a lot of craziness right now in the world. It seems like MMA is completely shut down, but when do you think we'll see you back out there in the cage again, realistically?
Man, that's a good question. Hopefully in the fall. I'm really hoping for the fall. As soon as this thing is up, as soon as a promotion that's not going to get canceled opens up and takes fighters, I'm going over there. I'm over there. I'm fighting at 55. I'm good. I'm prepared. I've been training, so ASAP. But I believe realistically it'll be in the fall. I think that's when people start fighting again.
All right, well, we look forward to seeing you back out there. Thank you so much for the time, man. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure. Appreciate it, man. Thank you.